The Premier League is harder to watch than that scene in Breaking Bad when Skylar White is singing Happy Birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Shut up!
I know Tony Pulis is in a park somewhere right now feeling like Oppenheimer after he made the atomic bomb. The football he ordained to keep Stoke City in 12th place is now being used by teams to win the league. But it's not just the teams at the top. If you face any Premier League team that is at least lower than 8th, chances are you are going to see more guys in the back than a Chief Keef concert. Every team is just playing fossil football. This ain't the Premier League, this is the Jurassic Premier League. I'm seeing so much conservative football, you would think that managers got their tactics from Tommy Robinson. Teams are just relying on set pieces to win games and defending. There is nothing promising up front, all the action is in the back. Now listen, I like my women like that, but I do not like my football like that. And I'm being serious about the Stoke City comparisons because their legend, Rory Delap, is known for only 2 things. One is miraculously giving birth to a son that cannot have concussions, which makes more sense when you realize you actually need a brain to have a concussion. And of course, he's very powerful and very long javelin-like throws, which was so famous that even old FIFA games gave him a unique animation. And yes, I will somehow find a way to say this in every single one of my videos. But fast forward to 2025, and now every team has the long throw gimmick. Today, World Gang, we are going to discuss and dissect exactly how and why the Premier League has suddenly evolved into Stoke City Simulator. Bruh, it is your boy, the Streets Champ. Tell me world, party time, excellent, and we are on the road to 100,000 subscribers, and we're trying to hit that before 2026. I want to take this moment to say, guys, we have hit 70,000 subscribers. I want to shout out to all the day one ooses that have been here, and shout out to all the legends over there on Patreon. You guys, I'm going to shout you guys out in pretty much all my videos because you guys are really keeping the lights on. We are trying to get 30,000 subs in the last 2 months of this year. 1% chance, 99% faith. If you want to join the journey today and become an honorary oos, then all you got to do is just subscribe and go down in the comments and comment down that you're officially joining the journey, not this piece of crap, so that me and all the day one ooses can welcome you accordingly. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this journey. Let's get into the video. Now, the term, "but can they do it on a cold, rainy night at Stoke?" was one of the most frequent phrases I would hear growing up. Like, bro, you could literally watch Real Madrid win their 12th straight Champions League in a row, and you'll still have some guy in your ear saying, "Oh, but can they do it on a cold, rainy night in Stoke?" Please leave me alone. And the reason this quote existed was because back in the mid-2000s, Stoke City were a mid-table Premier League team. And honestly, their last concern was playing attractive football. Their matches were uglier than Brock Lesnar's daughter. Wait, no, this is very gorgeous to me! So essentially, back in the day, Stoke City fans were buying season tickets to watch their team do long throws, slow the game down if they need to, score from set pieces, hoof the ball up to the big man up top, while essentially giving big teams their toughest match of the season, despite maybe conceding a last-minute dagger and losing the match regardless. Well, what, you Stoke fans don't like that? And you want a refund of your season ticket? Yeah, sure, we can give you that. Oh, look, a deer! That's not a deer. That's an Impala. Hey, he's running with our money. But now it looks like Premier League teams have adopted Stoke City's ideologies, but now with Champions League worthy players. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is at this point that I go from Toby World to Jimmy High Roller. Let's talk about the numbers. So you guys know XG, right? Expected goals. Yes, I'm gonna be talking about XG. Go ahead in the comments and call me a nerd and how you're gonna steal my lunch money. Now, I want to talk to you guys about match week number 9 in the Premier League. This might just be the Premier League's version of 9/11. Because it was after this match week that Premier League fans started looking around and saying, whoa. Why is every team suddenly playing terrorist ball? Forget about BT Sport. They need to start broadcasting Premier League games on Al Jazeera. So for Premier League match week number 9, of the 9 matches that have been played thus far, out of all the teams that had a higher XG, only 2 of them actually won their games. But I really want y'all to understand this. So let's look at specific XG. Let's look at XG from open play chances and XG from set piece chances. Open play chances are just your normal, typical chances in a football game. So if a team faces another team and they have more open play chances created, aka, they played better, I would say at least 8 times out of 10 that team is going to win the match. Unless either 1, you are extremely unlucky, 2, you are facing the greatest goalkeeping performance of all time, or 3, you have one of these guys as your striker. However, in match week number 9 of the Premier League, teams that had a superior open play XG actually lost their games, except for 2. So why are teams who are creating less open play chances winning games? It is because they have a higher set piece XG. So this basically means you don't have to outplay your opponent anymore to win Premier League games. If you can get a lot of set pieces and maybe score from a couple of them, then bro, you win. Literally, just defend and try to score from a corner, which accounts now for 19% of Premier League goals this season. Now, numbers talk is done. This next segment is for all the young up-and-coming Premier League managers. This, ladies and gentlemen, is called How to Win a Modern Premier League Match. Excuse me, to be a worldo. Hello, young manager. I was thinking of going with this formation for my team. What do you think? What the hell is this? 4-3-3? What is this, the 90s? No. Use this instead, okay? 5-4-1? But where are my wingers gonna play? They can play fullback. But I also have a cam. Where's my cam gonna play? He can play CDM. Oh, by the way, how good is your striker at tackling? You want my striker to be defensive? Hey, listen. Do you want to win games or not? I mean, I do, but doesn't this football seem kind of boring? This is a new era, kid. We're all the sons of Bordales. Oh, I forgot to mention, you're fired. Wait, what? Yeah, we're actually replacing you with, that guy over there. That's my set piece coach. Yeah, well, you see, in this era, a set piece coach is pretty much as good as a world-class manager. Security, can you get this guy out of here, please? Wait, no, please. Ah, it's beautiful. And we only have one man to thank for all of this. And Wendy has stormy eyes. Everybody needs somebody to blame in football. It wasn't too long ago when people said that Pep ruined football. This man had teams in 20th or even in League 2 playing possessive football. Man, you could even go to your local Sunday League team and see your mailman Bob try to play it out from the back. But football fans are looking away from Pep. They have a new culprit to blame. The terrorist from Tenerife, Mikel Arteta. For years, every single hotel room had the Mikel Arteta chair. But it looks like the mad bastard finally cracked the code. Arsenal are now the favorites to win the Premier League. Does every Gyökeres goal look like one of Speed's goals at the Sidemen charity games? Sure. Do their wingers have less goal contributions than 2025 Danny Welbeck? Yes. And it doesn't matter that they have the 3rd lowest open play goals this season, or that their joint top assister is their center back. The matter of the fact is this: they are number 1. And after 2 decades of not winning the Premier League, I'm sure Arsenal fans would love to win by any means necessary. But it appears that rival fans are now blaming Arteta for the dire state of the modern Premier League, because teams tend to replicate what appears to be working. And because of Arsenal's reliance on putting more players on a ball than an Outcast song, and getting the bulk of their goals from players with head stats so good you think that they're Tiana Trump, it looks like everybody else is following suit. Now look, y'all, it is no secret that I am a primordial Arsenal hater. Matter of fact, I was there front row when the football gods were writing the script for Arsenal's next dire 20 years after going invincible. Hell, I hate Arsenal so much, I'm the one that wrote into the scripture that Arsenal are gonna lose to Chelsea in the Europa League final. Now, I hate Arsenal, but I can admit that the way that they win their games, it's pretty effective. Now, I don't know how effective it's going to be in Europe because, you know, other teams in Europe got different philosophies than the teams in England. But like I have been saying all video, there is a reason that Arsenal are playing like this. Premier League backlines do not have 4 players anymore. No, they have a furious 5. You would think that their manager is Master Shifu. It is hard to score an open play goal against these conservative MAGA teams. It almost looks like the only way that you can score nowadays is from a set piece. So I will give Mikel Arteta credit for being ahead of the curve. But man, Premier League football is extremely boring nowadays. It basically feels like American football. Is this what it's come to? Are we the hand egg? Well, English football is ruined, but at least for the first time ever, it's not Pep's fault. Or is it? No, it's not, okay? Look, I'm a football fan that grew up in the 2000s, okay? I'm automatically gonna blame Pep for everything. I can see political conflict going on in America, and I can say that Pep is somehow to blame for this. I actually have one theory about why Premier League football is so dull nowadays, and I'm surprised that nobody else has noticed it. I want to break it down for you guys, but before I do that, guys, we are almost at the end of this video, so if you have enjoyed it, please drop a like, and go down in the comments and comment down below which rogue footballer you're honoring your like to today. I think I'm gonna be honoring my like to the GOAT, Sean Dyche, who, yes, he actually was a footballer. And I believe that one day, people are going to start using his tactics to win Premier League titles. Okay, guys, it's now time to talk about the real reason why the Premier League has become so boring. Okay guys, I'll admit, this is pretty out there, but if you sit and listen through the whole thing, it might start to make a little sense to you too. Okay, so here it is. I believe that the Premier League has become boring because Kevin De Bruyne left. Now I know exactly what you're thinking. How can an entire league become boring because one man left? This is levels of glazing that even Paul Heyman couldn't reach. Let me explain. So Kevin De Bruyne was the best playmaker in the Premier League for quite some time. If you had a player like Kevin De Bruyne in your team, then you're pretty much guaranteed top 4, or you're likely going for the league. And when I say a player like Kevin De Bruyne, I essentially just mean a creative player, a cam, a 10. In the simplest terms, a playmaker. The Premier League has been absolutely blessed with elite playmakers. David Silva, Mesut Ozil, the cutest grown man to ever exist, Juan Mata. But it almost seems that since Kevin De Bruyne left, there's been a massive shift and there's just no playmakers in the Premier League anymore. The climate of the league has changed because look at all the other playmakers. Cole Palmer has been gone for pretty much most of the season. Damn, I miss this guy. Martin Odegaard suddenly developed the injury-prone trait from FIFA. And Bruno Fernandes has to play much deeper in a two-man pivot with either Tweedledee or Tweedledum. People said that Wirtz was going to come to the Premier League and become the premier playmaker. Like the legend Rick Flag said, playmaker.
What a joke.
At least when we had these players playing every single week, the Premier League had a lot more open play chances. There's less chances being created in matches because there's less creativity. The guys usually competing for the top playmaker, which is the award given to the player with the most assists, are typically the guys that I mentioned before, and Salah, but for whatever reason, he's playing the way that he plays during Christmas. Do you guys want to know which players have the most assists in the Premier League so far this season? Yeah, let me show you how bad things are. Okay, second place is a tie between 3 guys. They all have 3 assists. The first player with 3 is João Pedro, who is typically a predator in the box. The next player is Sunderland's Granit Xhaka, who I am more used to him scoring rockets than actually becoming a playmaker, but okay. And joining them is West Ham's center back, El Hadj Malik Diouf. That's right, guys. While kids back in the day were growing up on playmakers like Xavi and Iniesta, our generation is growing up on guys like Diouf. The number 1 spot is actually held by 3 players with 4 assists each. Now, the first 2 are Jack Grealish and Mohamed Kudus, which makes sense. These guys are high chance creators. But boy, you will not believe who's number 1 with them. Number 1 playmaker this season is Burnley's defender, Hartman. Yeah, stick that in your FPL. Yeah, the Premier League is in a drought from genuine creative players. The only chances that are being created nowadays are from set pieces. I find it miraculous that the only team that haven't scored from a set piece this season is Manchester City. But I can't lie, the way Man City's top scorers are spread out is absolutely hilarious. Why is there a Burnley defender here? Now, I am not going to act like the current state of football is okay, because football is a 90-minute sport and we're getting about 55 minutes of football a weekend. We are watching way too many set piece goals and we are seeing more defenders than a Marvel series. I'm sure there's some people out there that appreciate it. I find it absolutely boring. I physically can't sit through it anymore. Now look, I'm not gonna be a dick, okay? I know there's teams lower in the Premier League that kind of have to play this football because they don't have as much resources as the big teams. Look, I understand that, but see, here's the thing. I'd be more cool if it was maybe like 4 or 5 teams doing this. Dude, at this point, it's like 50% of the league doing this. And it seems like the only thing that's important in football matches nowadays is to just not lose the game, regardless of how disgusting the football is. So I want to take this moment to give credit to some teams that, although they didn't achieve as much, they always went out and they said, you know what? Let's give the people something good to watch. I'm talking Leeds' Bielsa. Yes, these guys probably conceded like 5 goals a game, but man, they probably scored 4 as well. These guys never gave up. And yes, this Austin Vegas Arsenal, yes, they were a meme throughout the 2000s, but man, bro, I cannot lie. They played some gorgeous football. I know you guys have some examples of these teams as well, so please do me a solid and go comment some of these teams in the comments below. And guys, that is my video on the Stoke-ification of the Premier League. What do you guys think? Do you guys agree? Do you guys like the way football is nowadays? Do you guys hate it like I do? You feel me? Who do you think is to blame? And what do you think about my theory about the playmakers? Please, guys, go down in the comments. I wanna discuss with you guys this topic. And also, if you did enjoy this video, please make sure you like the video and make sure that you subscribe. I got really important links down below, so please go down in the links in my description and please engage with that. You feel me? That's really important. But anyways, that is my time. It has been your boy, the Streets Champ, and I've just given you the gift of Toby. Drink it in, man.